as you guys know, we wanted to say thank you to every one of you for being here tonight. So we'll have a dinner, layout, and afterwards, and we will break the fasting together. So with that, I'll hand it over to me.
وعلى الذين يطيقونه فدية طعام مسكين فمن تطوع خيرا فهو خير له وأن تصوموا خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصم ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداع إذا دعان فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون
May Allah increase him in this world and the hereafter. Just having this is a blessing in itself. The Quran was revealed to us in this past month, so it's just like a little worship. You guys would love to explain the verses, and he just recited. In these verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands the believers to fast. Commands them to fast to gain taqwa, to gain meaning the consciousness of God in all aspects of life. The consciousness of God in all aspects of God. In this circumstance, fasting is to abstain from eating, from drinking, sexual intercourses between spouses from dawn until sunset. In this, the believer gains taqwa. Although there are also exceptions in which one may not be able to fast, such as is it as if he's traveling or is ill, which he can make up those fasts later on. But fasting during the month of Ramadan, it's a very beautiful blessing. Fasting during the month of Ramadan is an act of self-obedience, of self-discipline, of self-control. All of this just in fasting. Also, it helps the believers as well to fasting in itself helps the believers in being able to overlook their actions and their thoughts and such, to try and work hard. And ultimately, this in itself is a benefit for each and every person, so they can benefit themselves, benefit those around them, and whatnot. It's also a benefit for the family. So in these verses that he just recited, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands fasting. In these verses as well, it's a reminder to the believers that the month of Ramadan, the month that we are currently in, this was the time when the Quran was revealed. The Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan as a guidance to mankind. Not only to certain amount of people, yet it's a guidance to the mankind. During this, love to see your beautiful faces. I'm glad you guys came out. Really thankful for you guys being here as well. I will take this time to ponder, to look over. This might be a different culture to many of us, but overlooking, learning about the religion, that's something that I want. Going forward, I can just run down the schedule real quick. The next one, we're going to have a poem by Maghfirah. And the poem is about the celebration of unity and diversity. Inshallah, you can come on.
Assalamu alaikum. May peace be with you all. Today I'm going to be reciting a poem about how Islam brings peace within everyone. Welcome all to this holy place, where we gather to break our fast with grace. Ramadan, a month of mercy and peace, a time for spiritual renewal and love to increase. We thank you all for joining us tonight to share the blessings of this holy rain. We offer our gratitude to our community for their support and solidarity and treating. Our religion is one of peace and love, embracing diversity like a gentle dove. We extend our hands to all who seek a peaceful coexistence, love and respect and speak. So come, let us break bread together. In this sacred space, let us be tethered. We welcome you with open hearts and minds. May this event be a celebration that binds. Thank you for joining us on this night. May God bless us with mercy and light. Let's enjoy this meal and the company of the key, a moment of unity, a memorable key. Is that allowed?
Bismillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Thank you all for joining us tonight. My name is Dursa Abdulwahid. I'm one of the teachers and volunteers here at this mosque, as well as other mosques throughout the Twin Cities. I would just like to first begin by thanking you all dearly from the bottom of my heart for joining us tonight and taking time out this evening to break bread with us. So tonight, I wanted to share with you all a little bit about the month of Ramadan, what it means to us, and why we fast during it. But before that, I wanted to share with you a very interesting quote that I came across. It's from a man by the name of Lester Pearson. He said, misunderstanding arises from ignorance. And ignorance, it breeds fear. And fear is the greatest enemy to peace. And that could not have been more true. In other words, when someone doesn't know something, it's a breeding ground for intolerance, for chaos, for things to be let loose. And that means the opposite is also true. When someone has knowledge about something, it can breed, equality. It can breed coexistence. It can breed peace. And this is really like a universal truth, because we find this throughout different cultures and religions as well. There's a statement in Arabic which goes, "Man jahila shay'un a'da." The one who's ignorant of something takes that thing as an enemy. Why? Because there's lack of knowledge. So again, I want to say thank you all and congratulations for coming through and now getting to build that understanding and build these bridges so we can build that coexistence and that peace and that understanding. So in that spirit, first I would just like to take a few minutes to introduce you all to some of the basics of our beliefs. What are some of those core tenets? Maybe some things you've heard before, and maybe some things you'll be new tonight. So as Muslims, our religion is Islam. And Islam comes from a root word which means to submit. In other words, to submit to the Creator. It also comes from another root word in Arabic which means salam, meaning peace. Hence, Islam means and is a religion which teaches us for someone to find true peace, they submit their will to their Creator. And that's the ultimate way to find happiness. So So this is the meaning of the word Islam. The one who does this submission, the submitter, is called a Muslim. Alright? So that's what those two words mean. Now, contrary to popular belief, Islam, we don't believe is a new religion. You know, some people may think Islam began 1,400 years ago in the deserts of Arabia. That couldn't be further from the truth. To us, Islam always existed. It was the first religion and the oldest religion. How, in the sense that I just explained, that it means what? You submit your will to your Creator. So this concept existed since the beginning. So we believe that those prophets and messengers who existed from the beginning were submitters. Whether it be Adam or Noah or Moses or Jesus or Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon all. So in that sense, we say Islam is not a new religion, rather it is a very old religion. Now, Islam, in that sense also, came with one message, one important message that was preached by Allah. And that is that we as humans, since we are all naturally inclined towards searching for a purpose, that purpose is that you worship the Creator alone, and do not ascribe partners with that Creator. Meaning you do not take others besides that Creator as a God or divine. That is the ultimate teaching of Islam. And as Muslims, we have, of course, 5 pillars that we build our religion on. And we call them pillars. Why? Because pillars hold up a structure. In other words, if one of them is missing, the entire structure does what? It falls. So what are those 5 pillars of Islam? Number 1, it is the belief, the testimony that there is one Creator and Muhammad is his last and final prophet. Number 2, it is that one establishes the 5 daily prayers. And we're going to be praying our 4th prayer shortly, and then we have one more after. The 3rd pillar is that one pays the mandatory charity annually. Number 4 is that one makes that pilgrimage, that sacred pilgrimage to Mecca at least once in their life. Of course, if they're able to. And then lastly is that one fasts in the month of, which month? Ramadan. Okay, which we are all in today. Alright, so as a community, we're actually wrapping up this month. There's only a few days left. So we are in that month today. And believe it or not, this is the highlight of our year. Yes, fasting. Alright, fasting even from water. Alright, that's a question we often get. Even from water? Yes. Alright. But why? Because this is not a month that we look at and we see just starvation. That's not what it's all about. Rather, it's a month of sacrificing for God. It's a month of worship, a month of charity, a month of blessings, a month of forgiveness. These are all highlights of this month that we look at and meditate. This month is a month of renewed spiritual commitment and spiritual strength. It is a month where we turn back to our Creator. It's one of the months we often find, a lot of people who may have been struggling throughout the year, they turn a new leaf in this month. It's a month where those who were doing good all year become better. Because it's a month which encourages us to strive even harder and not just become complacent. It is a month where God extends His forgiveness. There's a very beautiful prophetic tradition that we're taught by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who said, إِذَا جَاءَ رَمَضَانَ, when Ramadan comes, فُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُ الْجَنَّةِ, the gates of paradise are extended wide open. وَغُلِّقَتْ أَبْوَابُ النَّارِ, and the gates of hellfire are closed, shut. وَسُفِّدَتِ الشَّيَاطِينَ, and the devils are chained. This is really a spiritual grounds to take off and do the best that we can and become a better person and come out at the next end of it a new, renewed person spiritually. Alright, this is a month in which we show our gratitude and recognize the blessings that we have been given by our Creator. we should try to imagine, and truly, for us in the West, here in America, we're blessed. So we do need to imagine. Imagine that you don't know when your next meal is. This is the reality that many people go through in other countries. And we, as a community here, we're very blessed. We don't really suffer from that. But this is a month in which we recognize there are others who go through what we are now going through. I have dry mouth right now. I'm having a very hard time to talk about. But that helps me recognize others. There's a month in which the seed of empathy is planted in our hearts. And so it's a month where we get to show that gratitude. It is a month which encourages us now, not just to recognize others' suffering, but do something about it. And so you find in this month is when people really reach deep in their pockets and give charity to those that are in need and experiencing this hunger. All right, this month is also a month of mercy. It is a month where God, Allah has shown us His mercy, where we ourselves show ourselves mercy, and where we show others mercy. It is a month that God, Allah has shown us mercy in which way? It is a month where Allah sent down His final revelation, the Quran. And He commissioned Muhammad to prophet. And we see this as two of the greatest acts of mercy to mankind. So as the brother mentioned earlier, we don't see this religion, this book, this prophet as a mercy only to us Muslims. Rather, a mercy to mankind. In fact, this is something we find in the Quran itself, where God says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. And we did not send you, Muhammad, except as a mercy to all. Just Muslims? No. To all. And so we learn from his example. And we implement this mercy in every way possible that he has taught us. He taught us to have mercy to everyone on the earth. In a prophetic tradition, he said, Ar-Rahimuna yarhamuhum ar-Rahman. Those who are merciful, the most merciful will show them mercy. Irhamu man fil ardi yarhamukum man fis sama. Have mercy to those on earth, the one above the heavens will show you mercy. And so we implement that as Muslims to the best of our abilities. It is this book, it is this prophet who taught us to have mercy to our own selves in this month. How? By recognizing our shortcomings and doing our best to get rid of it. It is this book and this prophet who taught us to have mercy, not just to humans, but also to animals. Even to the animals. And I'll give you an example of that. There was a young man who was going to slaughter a sheep. And he was doing so in the presence of other sheep. And the Prophet said, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill it twice? You're going to kill it already, and it's watching you kill other sheep. How dare you? Do it in privacy, so you don't terrify the other ones. Mercy even to animals. In fact, I dare say He taught us to even have mercy towards our foes, our enemies. And this is one of the highlights in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I don't have too much time, so I will end it here. Again, I would just like to thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you are comfortable, and if you have any questions, you can track me down or anyone else, and we hope you enjoy the meal. Thank you all once again.
May Allah increase you in knowledge, and Allah increase His ranks in this life, in the hereafter. Brother touched up pure aspects of Islam. So, glad. But going forward, we have Jana, that she's going to speak on the senior linkage line information. So, Jana.
Assalamualaikum. Sagantaan Irbaata Iftar. Irbaata Trellis, senior linkage line. Kene Sagantaan Irbaata sponsor from Kukabe, the Hatu, Yaki Kabaju, Adana, Bahama. Good evening, and thank you for inviting us to this event. It is my honor to represent the senior linkage line and my organization, Trellis, in sponsorship of tonight's Iftar event. Ahmed Rusa and I are really thrilled to be here and to be part of such a neat event of education and written bread. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the senior linkage line, we are a partnership with the Minnesota Board on Aging. We sit in partnership with our organization, nonprofit, because we are the Twin Cities Area Agency on Aging. And for those who don't know much about it, we are a free, statewide self-help line that people call into. Individuals who have questions about transportation and they have fallen, or they've had a medical and they need a ride, we can provide assistance. Individuals who are in a position where they need to find culturally appropriate meals, or they need to have direction to food shelves, they call the senior linkage line for assistance. If you or someone else you know is in a position where you need help with legal services and finding resources, or if you need to find light shore services for your home, the senior linkage line is the one-stop shop for all things related to video. So we appreciate being here. Our services are available in a number of languages, Afan-Oromo, Somali, Spanish, English, and Hmong. We do a lot of partnerships in the community, and we have literature that's available. So again, we really appreciate having the opportunity to sponsor this. Anytime that we can sit in partnership and we can break bread and we can learn from our neighbors and folks that are different from us, we always gain a little bit about that. So thank you so much. Kawatomo, salam, gracias. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to be with you. I'm Representative Matt Norris. I'm not from Minneapolis, but I do have the privilege of representing Blaine and Lexington in the Minnesota House of Representatives, and I appreciate the opportunity to join you all this evening. I actually was invited here by one of my constituents. One thing people may not realize about the Blaine and Lexington area is we've got a fairly large Muslim population in that area, and so it's a great opportunity for me to come and join you this evening and share fellowship with all of you here, our Muslim community, as well as those from other faiths or non-faith missions here in Minneapolis. I think one of the things that I'm really committed to, and I know that my colleagues on the DFL side and the Minnesota House of Representatives are committed to, is building a more inclusive Minnesota for everyone. And that's part of the reason why we've really made an effort to connect with our Muslim brothers and sisters during this month of Ramadan. I was really proud of the fact that Speaker Hortman, early on during the month of Ramadan, hosted an iftar dinner in the Minnesota House of Representatives. We opened up the House chamber, we opened up a retiring room for prayer, we hosted Muslims from all across the state of Minnesota in our caucus room for an iftar dinner, and I think that's really important to show that we're one Minnesota, that we're bringing everyone together, and that the state capitol is everybody's home, regardless of their faith tradition or where they come from. So really, again, pleased to be able to join you all this evening. This is a fantastic evening, and know that in the Minnesota House of Representatives, we're committed to inclusivity and making sure that Minnesota is a home where all our brothers and sisters can feel welcome.
My name is Nasser Hamza. I'm one of the staff members here in Assistance Imam. And I was given a short note here to just give some information about our Tawfiq Islamic Center. First of all, thank you for joining us for Iftar. Really, this is that creates opportunity to, more than anything, more than discussing about the masjid or our community here, to be honest with you, we would like to hear from you. We'd like to know you more. We want you to also tell us your concerns, any complaint when we drive around, especially late night when we leave from here. More than anything, that's, I just wanted to hear your concerns. We have kids around here.
Assalamu alaikum. It is a month where God extends. We don't see this religion, this book, this prophet as a mercy only to us Muslims. Rather, a mercy to mankind. In fact, this is something we find in the Quran itself, where God says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. And we did not send you, Muhammad, except as a mercy to all. Just Muslims? No. To all. And so we learn from his example. And we implement this mercy in every way possible that he has taught us. He taught us to have mercy to everyone on the earth. In a prophetic tradition, he said, Ar-Rahimuna yarhamuhum ar-Rahman. Those who are merciful, the most merciful will show them mercy. Irhamu man fil ardi yarhamukum man fis sama. Have mercy to those on earth. The one above the heavens will show you mercy. And so we implement that as Muslims to the best of our abilities. It is this book, it is this prophet who taught us to have mercy to our own selves in this moment. How? By recognizing our shortcomings and doing our best to get rid of it. It is this book and this prophet who taught us to have mercy, not just to humans, but also to animals. Even to the animals. And I'll give you an example of that. There was a young man who was going to slaughter a sheep. And he was doing so in the presence of other sheep. And the Prophet said, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill it twice? You're going to kill it already, and it's watching you kill other sheep. How dare you? Do it in privacy, so you don't terrify the other ones. Mercy even to animals. In fact, I dare say he taught us to even have mercy towards our foes, our enemies. And this is one of the highlights in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I don't have too much time, so I will end it here. Again, I would just like to thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you are comfortable, and if you have any questions, you can track me down or anyone else, and we hope you enjoy the meal. Thank you all once again.
May Allah increase you in knowledge, and Allah increase His ranks in this business, in this life, in the hereafter. Brother touched up on the pure aspects of Islam. But going forward, we have Jada, that she's going to speak on the senior linkage line information. So Jada.
Assalamualaikum. Sagantaan Irbaata Iftar. Tawfiq Islamic, senior linkage line. Sagantaan Irbaata sponsor Kukabe Tahatu Yaki Kabaju Adana Babahama. Good evening, and thank you for inviting us to this event. It is my honor to represent the Senior Linkage Line and my organization, Trellis, in sponsorship of tonight's Iftar event. Bruce and I are really thrilled to be here and to be part of such a neat event. of education and written bread. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Senior Linkage Line, we are a partnership with the Minnesota Board on Aging. We sit in partnership with our organization, a nonprofit, because we are the Twin Cities Area Agency on Aging. And for those who don't know much about it, we are a free statewide self-help line that people call into. Individuals who have questions about transportation and they have fallen, or they've had a medical and they need a ride, we can provide assistance. Individuals who are in a position where they need to find culturally appropriate meals or they need to have directions to food shelves, they call the Senior Linkage Line for assistance. If you or someone else you know is in a position where you need help with legal services and finding resources, or if you need to find light shore services for your home, the Senior Linkage Line is the one-stop shop for all things related to video. So we appreciate being here. Our services are available in a number of languages, Afro-Romo, Somali, Spanish, English, and Hmong. We do a lot of partnerships in the community, and we have literature that's available. So again, we really appreciate having the opportunity to sponsor this. Anytime that we can sit in partnership and we can break bread and we can learn from our neighbors and folks that are different from us, we always gain a little bit about that. So thank you so much. Kalatoma, salam, gracias. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to be with you. I'm Representative Matt Norris. I'm not from Minneapolis, but I do have the privilege of representing Blaine and Lexington in the Minnesota House of Representatives, and I appreciate the opportunity to join you all this evening. I actually was invited here by one of my constituents. One thing people may not realize about the Blaine and Lexington area is we've got a fairly large Muslim population in that area, and so it's a great opportunity for me to come and join you this evening and share fellowship with all of you here, our Muslim community, as well as those from other faiths or non-faith traditions here in Minneapolis. I think one of the things that I'm really committed to, and I know that my colleagues on the DFL side and the Minnesota House of Representatives are committed to, is building a more inclusive Minnesota for everyone. And that's part of the reason why we've really made an effort to connect with our Muslim brothers and sisters during this month of Ramadan. I was really proud of the fact that Speaker Hortman, early on during the month of Ramadan, hosted an iftar dinner in the Minnesota House of Representatives. We opened up the House chamber, we opened up a retiring room for prayer, we hosted Muslims from all across the state of Minnesota in our caucus room for an iftar dinner, and I think that's really important to show that we're one Minnesota, that we're bringing everyone together, and that the state capitol is everybody's home, regardless of their faith tradition or where they come from. So really, again, pleased to be able to join you all this evening. This is a fantastic evening, and know that in the Minnesota House of Representatives, we're committed to inclusivity and making sure that Minnesota is a home where all our brothers and sisters can feel welcome.
Peace and blessing of God be upon all of you. My name is Masa Hamza. I'm one of the staff members here in Sagantaan. And I was given a short note here to just give some information about our Tawfiq Islamic Center. First of all, thank you for joining us for the Iftar. Really, this is a great opportunity to, more than anything, more than discussing about the masjid or our community here. To be honest with you, we would like to hear from you. We'd like to know you more. We want you to also tell us your concerns, any complaint when we drive around, especially late night when we leave from here. More than anything, that's I just wanted to hear your concerns. We have kids around here.